Go straight to the Google Classroom.
When you press the link, when you click on the link, it doesn't go straight to the Google Classroom. Eh?
Yes.
Okay, Cairo, can we
Teacher.
answer?
Question.
Yes, please.
Teacher, for me, how can I try to answer the questions using the Google Docs?
Okay, so when I have an example of a Google Doc, I'm going to demonstrate for you. Eh?
Yes.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, you are excused.
I haven't been studying since 1st of August. Please, can you send me the work of since 1st of August on the Google Classroom?
Yeah, the work is there on Google Classroom. Let me just go there and show you, then we
But
begin the
teacher,
lesson.
teacher,
Yes, please, Kelly.
I haven't been using. I'm not using the other phone which I used to be. I am using a new
Okay,
one.
okay. I'm going to show you. Let's stop there. I'm going to show. I've had the questions. How can I answer question on Google Doc? You don't have the link of the new Google Classroom, so it's okay. All those I'm going to take you through after our lesson. Okay, so Eric, can you give me the hosting right so that I can try to control the class? Eric? Admin, yes, Eric? Please.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning to you. Teacher. Okay, so members, let's try to keep quiet and then we begin.
First answer my question, Cairo.
Cairo, I'm going to answer how you are going to answer those questions in the Google Doc, Cairo. Just attend the lesson. Let us use this time to begin our lessons. Then after at the end of this lesson, then I can take you through the Google Classroom. Members, I hope you forgive me for that. Eh? So that after the lesson, we can go back and then we look at the Google Classroom. Okay, so let me try to ask whether this is our admin Eric. Admin Eric, are you the one?
Yes, I'm the one.
Okay, should I put the co-host?
I'm joining with another, also the phone. You can also make it co-host.
Okay, let me first make this, then okay. The phone will have which name?
You still have admin Eric too.
Okay. Okay, there is admin Eric here. I hope you are the one. Eh?
No, I've not yet. I've not
you
yet.
Have not? Hey.
That one, I'm going to, that one, you remove it from the...
Okay, let me remove this person who renamed himself as admin Eric. Members, if you rename yourself using my admin, using my name, we shall be removing you from the lesson. If your name is Eric, just write your name as Eric. Admin is not the name that is given to anyone. Okay, our admin is the person who is in charge of this program, primary 6. So if you rename yourself using admin Eric, we shall be removing you from this platform, and you are not going to attend our lessons. Okay, so Cairo,
I've used Mukwana Eric. Eh?
Mukwana Eric. Okay, let me check. Yes, I've got it. Try to unmute. Are you the one?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so members, I think we can begin with the opening prayer. As we also wait for others to join us, we can start with the opening prayer. Let me try to get someone who is going to lead us into the opening prayer here. I'm always very happy when you lead us into the prayer, when we put our lessons into the hand of God. It is always very important. Okay, so let's try to get from, yes, Clever, you can lead us, Clever.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you lead us into the, yes.
O Lord, loving Master, we thank you for the gift of life. Who are we, O Lord? O Lord, we thank you for the gift of parents. They enable us to get data to study, oh Lord. Oh Lord, some people don't even have an opportunity to study on radios, oh Lord, but for us we have an opportunity to study on phone, oh Lord. Oh Lord, we thank you for the gift. We thank you for the gift of knowledge, oh Lord. Oh Lord, as we are going to study this lesson, help us, oh Lord. Oh Lord, help us so that we can study this lesson. Help our network, oh Lord. Don't let it go off, oh Lord. Oh Lord, I pray that whatever teacher teaches us, oh Lord, we understand it. Oh Lord, I've prayed, trusting and living in your holy name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Amen. Okay. Thank you, Clever, for that wonderful prayer. So members, as we are going to begin our lesson, it is important for us to recognize our supporters. It is very important for us to recognize our supporters. As you are all aware that this program of e-learning project is being sponsored by Edify, Edify Uganda. The people who are behind this in organizing and trying to make sure that you are informed is the Christian School Owners Association. So the project is being implemented by ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. We call it ETAU. So this is ICT Teachers Association of Uganda. So these are the people, these are the organizations behind this program of e-learning. So that is basically the brief introduction. This is primary 6 mathematics presented by teacher Tonny Akenya. And what we are going to look at today, we are going to look at finding area of a parallelogram. That is what we are going to learn today, finding area of a parallelogram. Now, before we go straight to what we are supposed to look at, it is important for us to review our previous lesson. It is important for us to go through our previous lesson. This help people who were not there in the lesson, like of Kelly, who has just joined us today. It helps them to know what we have looked at before. Okay, so let us try to go through what we looked at last Thursday. Okay, last Thursday we learned something in primary 6. Can someone just try to remind us on what we learned? What did we look at? Amanda, yes, Amanda, what did we look at?
Pardon?
What did we learn last time?
Teacher, I wasn't there. I'm in primary 5.
Amanda, you are in primary 5 and you are here in primary 6. Okay, let's listen from this. What did we look at last time?
Finding area of a trapezium.
Very good. We looked at finding area of a trapezium. This is what we looked at. We looked at finding area of a trapezium. Okay. Now, let me ask you, how do we find the area of a trapezium? If I have a trapezium like this, what is the formula? Let me try to draw a trapezium here. If I have a trapezium here, allow me to try. Yes. Okay. If I have a trapezium here, like this, something like a car there. Now, if I have a trapezium here, and they asked you to find the area of this trapezium, okay, what are you
Yes.
going to consider in this trapezium? Okay,
Area,
what's the formula?
area equals a half times height times sum of parallel sides.
Okay, that area is equals to a half times the height into bracket, we can add the sum of the two parallel side. The two parallel side, we name it as A plus B. This is the formula of finding area of a trapezium. Now, in this diagram, where is the height? Okay, and where is the base? So when you look at this, you find that the height and the base, they form what we call a right angle. So that means this is our height and this is our the letter B, and here is A. So A now stands for the short parallel side and B stands for the long parallel side. So that is how we got the area of a parallelogram in our previous lesson. Let me put one question and we try. This is what we have already learned. Okay. Okay, this is the question which is coming. I want to pick someone to try to tell us how did we find the area of this parallelogram. Okay, yes, Jordan, can you come on and find the area of that trapezium? Jordan? Kasozi? Okay, Jordan Kasozi?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, the question is there. This is what we looked at. Can you read that question and tell us how we are going to get the area of the trapezium?
Two parallel sides of a trapezium are 8 centimeters and 15 centimeters. Find the area of a trapezium if the height is 4 centimeters.
Okay. Okay, here they have said this question in statement form. There is no diagram, but they are saying two parallel sides of a trapezium are 8 centimeters and 15 centimeters. Find the area of a trapezium if the height is 4 centimeters. So you need to interpret. In this case, you can even draw. Are you getting? You can even draw the trapezium and you level those figures which they have given. My friend, can I draw for you and you level for us, Kasozi?
Yes.
Okay, let me draw for you a trapezium. Now this one you are now working out. You are now working out. I'm drawing for you your trapezium here. So we have the short parallel side and we have the long parallel side. Now you interpret the question properly. So which figure represents the short parallel side according to the question, Kasozi?
8 centimeters.
8 centimeters. So I put 8 centimeters here. Then which figure represents the long parallel side?
15 centimeters.
Here we put 15 centimeters. Then which figure represents the height of the trapezium?
4 centimeters.
We have 4 centimeters. Now, after interpreting it like this, then you go and now write the formula first before you begin doing anything. So what's the formula?
Area equals a half times height into brackets A plus B close the bracket.
Okay, what does A stands for?
A stands for 8 centimeters.
Which is the short parallel side. You can say A stands for the short parallel side and B stands for
15 centimeters.
15 centimeters. Okay, that is good. Okay, now after writing the formula, what do you do now?
You say area equals a half times 4 centimeters into brackets 8 plus 15, close the brackets, centimeters.
Into bracket 8 plus 15. Okay, and close the bracket and I write centimeters. Okay, you can continue telling them. What do you do now?
You divide the denominator by 4.
Okay, it is divisible. So 2 divided by 2, what do you get?
2 centimeters.
2 divided by 2.
Yes?
2 divided by 2, what do you get?
You get 1.
Okay, then 4 divided by 2, what do you get?
2 centimeters.
Very good. Okay, area equals to?
2 centimeters times 23 centimeters.
2 centimeter times, how did you get 23?
I added 8 and 15.
Okay, 8 plus 15, you get 8 plus 15, you get 23 centimeters. Okay, finally, you are now multiplying 23 times 2. What do you get? You can start with the 2 times 3.
6.
And then you come to 2 times 2.
4.
So finally, area equals to?
46 centimeters squared.
Area equals to 46 square centimeters. Very good. You can say square centimeters. You read as squared. You read as squared centimeters. That's how we read it. Eh?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Jordan, for that wonderful. But Clever also had done it in the chat, and she has got 46 squared centimeters. That is good. So this is what we are doing. I think, Maria, I hope now you have got what we have done, what Jordan has done. Maria? Maria? Joy, have you got what Jordan has done? Okay, Maria?
No.
Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Have you got what Jordan in finding area of a trapezium? Okay, so members, this is how we find area of a trapezium. So you find a trapezium as the 2 parallel sides, and then also it has the height. So to find the area which is covered by this trapezium, you have to have a half times height into bracket A plus B. A is the short parallel side and B is the long parallel side, because what you want is to find the space which is covered by this trapezium. So therefore you have to add this, because this one, it goes up to somewhere here and you need to find that length. You add that length and the short parallel side. So that is how we find area of a trapezium. So members, that is basically what we have already learned, and most of you did the work and the work was marked, except maybe those who are just submitting them this morning. So once you find the work in the Google Classroom, try to make sure that you do the work. Joy, can you yes, you can mute yourself after talking. You have to mute yourself after talking so that you don't make noise for other people. Just at the beginning, I told you that we are going to look at finding area of a parallelogram. We are going to look at finding area of a parallelogram. So what do I expect from you in this lesson? As you are going to learn this lesson, what do I expect from you? What do I need from you? By the end of this lesson, what do I want you to achieve? That is the first thing I want to tell you. Okay. Number one, what I want you to achieve in this lesson. In this lesson, what I want you to achieve, one, you should be able to state the formula to find area of a parallelogram. That is one thing that I want you to achieve in this lesson. You should be able to state the formula to find the area of a parallelogram. That is one. Two, I want only three things from you. Two, I want you to be able to find the area of a parallelogram. If they have asked you to find the area of a parallelogram, you should be able to find it. Okay. Then number three, also I want you to find the missing side of a parallelogram. When they have given you the area, okay, they can give you the area and they want you to find the missing side. So in this lesson, these are the three things that I expect from you at the end of this lesson. Members, am I clear? Members, am I clear? What I want you to learn in this lesson, have you got it? Have you got them?
Yes.
Teacher.
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
That is now very good. If you have understood what I want you from me. Okay. There is somebody from Edify, I think. Let me try to check what you are trying to. Let me try to check what you are trying to do from here. Okay. There's somebody from Edify. I don't know. Somebody from Edify was asking something, but the chats are coming very many. The chats are coming. You remember, whatever you are chatting, it does not go to your friends. It is either coming to me or to our admin, Eric. Let me ask this person. Yes, Edify. Can you try to rename yourself instead of using the word Edify? Do you have your real name, Edify?
Yes, sir.
What is your name?
Excuse me.
Yes.
My name is Namud Ramla.
Namud Ramla. Yes, please. Can you rename yourself,
You told us to go to
Namud?
I'm going to rename, but you told us to write, to go to the Google Classroom.
Yes.
But we went there, they're asking us the code. We don't know the code.
Okay, I'm going to give you the code at the end of this lesson. Namudu, have you got me?
Yes.
At the end of this lesson, I will give you the code for the Google Classroom. Let's first try to focus and we achieve what I want you to achieve in this lesson. I want you to be able to state the formula of a parallelogram if they asked you. Two, I also want you to be able to find the area of a parallelogram. And then the third one, in case they give you the area and maybe one side is missing, you should also be able to find. So once we fight on these three, then our lesson will be successful. So let us move ahead and now we look at the parallelogram into detail, okay? Let us now look at the parallelogram into detail. Now, members, if I talk about a parallelogram, we have the polygons. We have different types of polygons or examples of polygons. One of them, we have a triangle. A triangle is a three-sided figure. Then four-sided figures are called quadrilateral. Four-sided figures are called quadrilateral. Now, I want you to name for me examples of four-sided figure. Any one example of a four-sided figure. Let me hear from Kelly. Yes, Kelly, can you give me one example of a four-sided figure?
A square.
We have a square. That's enough, Kelly. We have a square is an example of a quadrilateral, a four-sided figure. We have already looked at a square, finding its area, finding its perimeter. Let's go to Maria. Maria, can you give us another four-sided figure that you know?
Rectangle.
Very good. We also have a rectangle. Okay. Amanda, can you give us another one? Apart from a square, a rectangle. Do we have any other four-sided figure, Amanda? Yes?
A rectangle.
We have a rectangle they have already mentioned. Can you also give us another one? Apart from a square and a rectangle, we also have others.
A trapeze.
A trapezium, very good. Trapezium also is a four-sided figure, trapezium, okay? The other day I told you how you can get a trapezium. I told you a trapezium, you can have a rectangle like this. This is a rectangle. Now, for you to get a trapezium, they cut this rectangle. They form a triangle from here, like this. You see? So when you form this triangle and you remove this one, when you remove this triangle that you have cut from here, you remain with a trapezium. Very good. So a trapezium also is a four-sided figure, which we have already looked at finding its area. Now we also have another four-sided figure, apart from the three you have mentioned. Can you mention another one? Can you mention another one? Oh, I have very many people in the chat. Trapezium, trapezium. They have not yet mentioned the answer that I want. Oh, very good. Somebody has mentioned it in the chat. Let's go to Male. Yes, Male, Leviticus, you have mentioned something in the chat. Can you give us now direct?
It's called a trapezoid.
Okay, we have a trapezium. Okay, how about Maria? Maria, can you mention another one? Maria? Okay, so I see most of you are missing out the point, but somebody has mentioned a rhombus, which is good in the chat. Somebody has mentioned a rhombus, which is good.
Parallelogram.
And also we have a parallelogram. Very good. We have a parallelogram. Maria, thank you. Maria, thank you. We have a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is a four-sided figure. And how do I get a parallelogram? How do we form a parallelogram? So I want you to explain. I want to explain to you how we can form a parallelogram, how we can get a parallelogram. Very good. Okay, now I'm trying to form for you a parallelogram. So if I have a rectangle like this, members, I want to get for you a parallelogram. Now you see a rectangle. If I have a rectangle, we can get a parallelogram from a rectangle. Okay, so what you do from here, you can cut the triangle from one side of a rectangle. Let me cut, I'm cutting this one away. Okay, I'm cutting this. I'm cutting a triangle from one side here. You see, I've cut a triangle from here. Now, after cutting this triangle, this one, I'm going to remove it. That means I have remained with a slanting side like this. I've remained with that slanting side. Okay, I've remained with that slanting side. Now, when you cut it from there, when you cut it now from here, bring this triangle which we have cut, this triangle here, which you have cut, bring and place it here. Now I'm placing the triangle I've cut, I'm placing it here. You see, I've placed it here. That is the triangle I've cut from one side. I've brought it and I've placed it here. Now you see what I have formed. I have now formed what we call a parallelogram. So that means A parallelogram now looks like this. You have this slanting side, then here goes like this, and also this one goes like this. Now the other triangle which we brought this side, it is now here slanting. Now here, you don't now put this side, this one. So this becomes now what we call a parallelogram. Therefore, what are the properties? Because when we know the properties, we shall be able to state the formula as I have told you. We shall be able to state the formula. So in this case, a parallelogram has two opposite sides parallels. The two opposite sides are parallel and equal. So this side is parallel to this side. Remember, we have got it from a rectangle. So this side is parallel to this side. So you can use this symbol. Then also this side is parallel to this side. And they are equal. So this is what we call a parallelogram. Now, how now do I get the what? The area. How do I now get the area? This is how we can get the area. Now, in a parallelogram, we have the height. The height is here. The height can be drawn from any part, and it comes and meets the one side down there. So that becomes the height. So for you to find the area, you will have now the base here, and you will have the height here. So its area now, for you to find the area, this is the formula which I told you at the end of the lesson, you should be able to state it. So this is how you can now find it. Okay, to find the area of a parallelogram, multiply its base by the height. We are going to be multiplying the base by the height. That is how we can get. So here you say area of a parallelogram. In that statement, you now say area is equals to base times height. You now say area is equals to base times height. As simple as that. Okay, as simple as that. That is how we calculate area of a parallelogram. Remember, area is the space which is covered by an object. Now the space which is covered here, it is the area we need. This is space which is covered here. So you just need to get the area, the height of this parallelogram multiplied by the base. Because I told you this side can be also called the base because they are equal. Okay, so that is the formula which I want you to state. So members, how do we find area of a parallelogram? Can some people write for me in the chat? What is the formula to find the area of a parallelogram? Somebody can write it in the chat. Somebody can write it in the chat. I want to hear the response, whether you are able to find the area. Yes, Jude. What is the formula to calculate the area of a parallelogram? Jude? Yes, Jude.
Yes. Area equals to base times height.
Area equals to base times height. So this property I've already told you that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal and parallel. Okay, the opposite side of a parallelogram is they are equal and the parallel. So that is what I told you. Now parallel means they do not meet, they run straight. You can see it from here. This side and the downer part are parallel. They are the parallel lines from here and here. Now it has this side and this side. They are also parallel and equal. The opposite, remember we got it from a rectangle. Therefore, when we form the height here, they come and meet and form what we call the base. So now, if I want to find the area, we can now say area equals to base times height, okay? So that is the first thing that I wanted you to know. finding area. You should be able to state that formula. Okay, so we can go to our next objective. The next one is now we should be able to find the area of a parallelogram, since we now know how to form the method. So let's go and look at the examples now. Okay, let us now look at the example. Since you can now remember the formula, if now I set for you a question like this, that find the area of a parallelogram with a 10 centimeter base and 6 centimeter height. Members, they are saying find the area of the parallelogram with a 10 centimeter base and 6 centimeter height. How will you get that? How will you get that answer? How will you get that answer? Is there anybody who is going to tell us? Yes, Salom. How are you going to get the area of a parallelogram if you know the method? Yes, Salom. My girl Salom, are you able now to find the area of a parallelogram if a question is set like that? Maybe let me draw for you. Let me draw for you that parallelogram is there drawn. The height is 6 and then the base is 10. So now here you need to identify the height and the base. So the height is 6 and the base is 10. So now how do we find the area? Let me go to someone who has never spoken in my class. Okay, Travis, can you now tell us the formula, Travis? How are we going to find?
Teacher, it's base times height.
Okay, don't just cut it from the middle like that. You need to say the whole formula. How does it start?
Area equals to base times height.
Very good. Now you need to say area equals to base times height. Now, members, after writing the formula like the way Travis has written it, okay, now you come back and interpret in the figure given below. But even in the statement, they have already given you, this question is very simple. They have already told you a 10 centimeter base and a 6 centimeter height. So that means when you write the formula, you can just come and replace this base. So in this case, what is the figure that is going to replace the base? Okay, which figure is going to replace the base? Tracy, which figure is going to replace? I was asking Tracy. Oh, this is the Tracy of senior 1. Okay, Tracy, what is our base now? Yes, Tracy.
10 centimeters.
Very good. Tracy said our base now is 10 centimeters. Some people have already got the answers in the chat. Miriam, yes, Miriam, what is the height now?
Is 6 centimeters.
The height now is 6 centimeters. So you come here now and say area equals to 10 centimeters times 6 centimeters. So you are supposed to replace the base is 10 centimeters. Please write it with 8 centimeters. And then the height is 6 centimeters. So write it also with the 6. Now, if you write only 10, I want to explain something here. I want to explain something very important here. If you write only 10 times 6, you are likely to miss the marks. If you say area equals to 10 times 6, you are likely to miss the marks. It has the unit. So if you forget, then what you do, come and put 10 times 6 in bracket, and then you say square the centimeters, because now this is centimeter for 10 times centimeter for 6. It becomes square the centimeters in case you forget to substitute with the formula. Okay, now let me see the answers from the chat. Isaiah said, Isaiah, you said 60 centimeters. Now, what is the unit? What is the unit for the area? What is the unit for the area when you are calculating area? What is the unit? Tristan, what is the unit? Tristan, what's the unit which we should not forget? Tristan? Is there anybody who knows the unit for the area when we are calculating area? Yes, Kelly, what is the unit?
Centimeters square.
The unit for the area is square unit. It is a square unit. Can everybody say square units?
Square units.
Very good, very good, very good, very good.
Square unit.
What is the unit? Now, it now depends on the unit which they have given in the question. If they have given meters, then it becomes square meters. If they have given centimeters, then it becomes square centimeters. Okay, so that is what we should consider. So therefore, what is Julu? Let me come to you and tell me now what is 10 times 6. Julu. Priscilla, what is 10 times 6? Priscilla?
10 times 6, 10 centimeters times 6 centimeters equals 60 centimeters squared.
Very good. So here is equals to 60 square centimeters. So you can say centimeters squared or square centimeters. Okay. So somebody, Naume is saying she has come late in the question. Of course, we are still in example number 1. What you have missed is that we have revised the first thing that we learned. Then also you have missed the objectives of our lesson. Okay. By the end of this lesson, every learner must be able to calculate the area of a parallelogram. So put it in your mind there, that once teacher Tony is concluding, I should be able to. Then Solomon has also got it very well in the chat. So members, thank you. You are using the chat today very well. Thank you so much. Am I allowed to go to number 2, or is there any child who has not understood how we have got this? Am I allowed to go to number 2?
Yes.
Okay, we can go to number 2.
Yes,
thank you.
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
To number 1. Yes.
You are not going to write it from here. You are supposed to go and get it in your Google Classroom. So let's go to number 2 and see how they have set for us number 2. Thank you. This is our example number 2. Remember what I told you at the beginning of the lesson. 1, you should be able to state the formula to find the area of a parallelogram. 2, you should be able to find the area of a parallelogram. Then number 3, you should be able to find the missing side of a parallelogram in case they have asked you. So let's go to number. So for those of you who have just joined, get us in number 2. We are going to find number 2. This is number 2. That is number 2. That is our number 2. Remember, you should be able also to read the words. So I want some few people to read for me this. Okay. We have Catherine. Yes, Catherine, can you read the question?
Find the area of the parallelogram with a 15 centimeters base and 9 centimeters height.
Okay, members, you have heard from our Catherine. Let us go to another person also to read. I have a boy here who wants to read but has not put up his hand. Okay, I want Mark to read for us. Mark, I want Mark to read for us the question also. Mark, can you read?
Yes.
Yes.
Find the area of the parallelogram with a 15 centimeter base and 9 centimeter height.
Very good, Mark. Now, Mark, I want somebody to tell me what is the formula to find the area of a parallelogram. I want someone to tell me. Let's hear from Alex. Okay, Alex, can you tell us the formula that we are going to use? Oh, Alex disappeared. Okay, is he there? Elijah, can you tell us the formula? What is the formula? Elijah, Alex? Now I have two Alex. There is Alex Elijah and is the one I'm picking. But now let me go to Alex Aerovic. Yes, Alex, can you tell us the formula?
Yes, teacher. Yes. Area equals base times height.
Very good, thank you. Now, Kiden wants to do for us the number. Kiden wants to do for us the number. Kiden, can you come on and now find for us that number? Kiden Esther, can you come on and find for us? Let me see whether I can draw for you the picture.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, yes, I've drawn for you and I've put for you the height, I've put for you the base. So what is, now you take us through what we are going to do.
Area is equals to base times height.
So I come here and say area is equals to base times
height.
Okay. Then we go to
area is equals to,
in this case, what is the base?
the base is 15 centimeters.
15 centimeters times what is the height?
9 centimeters.
9 centimeters. Okay, so can you multiply for us correctly?
Area is equals to 130. 135 square centimeters.
Can we write here vertically like this so that people can know how you have got 135? So let me say 15 in your side work times 9, because now here people want to see how you are getting that answer.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, then you can multiply what I've written vertically.
9 times 5 is equals to 45.
45. So
we write 5 and carry 4.
Okay, carry 4. I put it somewhere. I'm putting it somewhere just to remember.
9 times 1 is equals to 9 plus 4.
9 plus 4. So what is 9 plus 4?
13.
We get 13. Okay, so that answer is
135 square centimeters.
That answer is 135. Area equals 135 squared centimeters. Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, thank you, members. And majority have written their answers in the chat, like Clever, like yes, Lina, you wrote the answer, but you did not write it with the unit. Please, when you are talking about area, you should write it with the unit. Okay. Lina, have you got me? Let me look for you and hear your voice. Lina, can you come on? Lina? Oh, okay. Yes, Lina. Okay, so members, that is how we find area of a parallelogram. So members, I hope that members are able now to find the area. Are we able to find the area when teacher Tony gives you the question? Are we able to find the area of a parallelogram?
Yes.
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 Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, our next thing that we talked about at the beginning is to find the missing side. You remember that? What I want you to achieve in this question? You remember that? Now we are able to state the formula. We are able to find the area. Now let's go and see. What about if the missing side is there?
Yes.
Okay, what about if the missing side is there? What do I do? How do I find that missing side? That is what we are talking about here. That is what we are talking about here. So let us go and look at our example number 3, whether it answers what we want. Our example number 3, whether it answers what we want. Okay. Now, I want to explain example number 3 also. Number 1, I explained. Number 2 was explained by Kiden. Now, number 3 is for teacher Tony. Number 4, 5, 6, and so on will be yours. So allow teacher Tony to explain this number because it is the new number. Okay. Now, Momo Ali has already given me something that we use the formula to find the missing side. Yes. Let's look at this question. This question is saying the area of the parallelogram is 84 square centimeters and its height is 7 centimeters. Find the base of the parallelogram. Are you seeing that? Can someone read also like the way I've been reading? Lynette, can you read that question? Lynette? Lynette, can you read the question? Lynette?
The area of the parallelogram is 84 centimeters squared and its height is 7 centimeters. Find the base of the parallelogram.
Very good, Lynette. Now, members, you need to interpret the question properly. Compare this. Now we have so far looked at this. This is our third example. The first 2 examples had the same questions, but this is a bit different. So when I read this question, the area, you see this one, the area of the parallelogram is 84 squared centimeter. So this is the area. It is not the side, not the length, not the width, not the what. This one is the area. Are you seeing, members? This is the area. And its height, okay, now the height is 7 centimeters. What is the question saying? Find the base. This is the question. Is asking us to find the base. You need to interpret this question carefully. Now, if I start with my solution here, what I'm going to do first is to interpret the question maybe in diagram form. Okay, I'm going to draw the diagram. Okay, one of the things you are learning in this, you should also be able to draw the diagram of a trapezium. Okay, you should be able to draw the diagram. Okay, so members, if I come here and I draw a trapezium, I draw a parallelogram. So I'm going to draw a parallelogram like this. Even if you draw it on this side, it's still the same. Okay, I draw my parallelogram here. And then I draw this one here. Yeah, so let me try to wrap this extension and this one so that I can draw a clear one. Now here, this slanting side is here for this side, and this one is here. Now, if you look at this, the height of a parallelogram, we can put it maybe in the middle, or we can even bring it here. you can extend the height of a parallelogram here using dotted line, and you put this symbol. Now the height of this parallelogram, they are saying it is 7 centimeters. If I read the question 84, it has a square unit. That means that is the area. So the base of this parallelogram is not given. So I put here as my base. Okay, now the space which is covered here, the area is equals to the area of the parallelogram. They have given it as 84 squared 84 squared centimeters. Okay, now after interpreting this diagram like this, now you find that the base is missing. So it is the base that they are asking us to find. Now, we don't have any other formula that you can use. You can just say, oh, I know how to find the area of a parallelogram. I know how to find the area of a parallelogram. I know that area of a parallelogram is base times height. That is the area. Base times height gives us the area. Why did I write base times height at the beginning? We don't have the base. So whatever is missing, you can let it be on your left-hand side. Now, if I come back to replace in my question, I will come and write now the base of this parallelogram. And I realize there is no base. The base is just represented with B times the height. The height of the parallelogram is 7 centimeters. Now the area of this parallelogram, now you replace the area. The area is given as 84 squared centimeters. That is the area. You see? Now we want to find the value of this B is what we are looking for. We are looking for the base here. So when I reach this step, what do I have to do when I reach this step? This is multiplication. So what do I have to do? Let me ask for help from there. I want to ask for help. Someone to help me. Waiswa and Kato, can you help me now? In this step, what should I do? Kato and Waiswa? Kato?
Yes.
Okay, now I have B times 7 centimeter equals to 84 squared. So what do I do?
We
multiply. Okay, that is good. Let me also hear from Elga. Yes, Elga. Elga, can you also come and contribute there? Elga?
We get 7B equals 84 squared centimeters.
So Elga, here when you multiply B times 7, you get 7B.
Yes.
If you want to be very specific, you can even write centimeter, but it's okay. We can have here 84.
We had centimeters.
Now 84 squared centimeter. If you want to write that squared centimeter, meaning this 7B centimeter should also be there.
Centimeter.
And this squared centimeter should also be there. Squared. Let me write it as this. Squared centimeters like this. 84 squared centimeters. What do we do now?
We divide 7 both sides.
We divide both sides by 7. Actually, even centimeter is common. You can even divide both sides by 7 centimeters. Even this side, you divide it by 7 centimeters. So centimeter with centimeter, you cancel. Then here you remain with 7, divide by 7, you cancel it also. Elga, people are making noise there. People are making noise there. Can I ask someone else to? So Elga, allow me to explain where you have stopped because people are making noise. So in this one, we remained with only B equals to, now we are going to divide 84 divided by 7. 84 divided by 7. Now I'm going to divide 7 divided by 7 is 1. How about only 8? 8 divided by 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to divide it by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it is not enough. So meaning that each person is getting 1, a remainder 1. So this becomes 14. 14 divided by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 divided by 7 is 2. So the value of B, the base now becomes, the base becomes 12 centimeters. Okay, 12 centimeters. So in this case, you can even substitute when you are dividing both sides, you can leave out the unit and then you bring back the unit at the end. Okay, you can leave out this unit and this one. Then you can bring back that unit at the end here. So members, this is how we can calculate the missing side. So this is 7. And we divided 84 and we got here 12. So our base is equals to 12 centimeters. So you can prove your answer whether your base is correct. Remember, to get the area is base times height. So you try to multiply 7 times 12 to see whether you get 84 squared centimeters. Okay, so that is how we calculate. And some of you like Alex, Darren also said he has finished but did not write the answer. Darren, what answer did you get? Xavier? Darren?
Yes.
What answer did you get?
12 centimeters.
12 centimeters. Very good. So that is how you can calculate the missing side. I have another one which I wanted you to try. And then we conclude. I have the next question here which I want you to try. Can you see the next question? Let me try to put it. Just try this next question to see whether you can find the missing side. Try this one and we see whether you can find the missing side of a parallelogram. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, this is the question, trial number 1. So members, I want you to go through that question, find it, and then we can conclude. We have gone beyond the time, but it is important to find out whether you can find the missing side. Okay, so that's the question. Members, let me get one person to read the question for us. Okay. Okay, Chikoni, Catherine, can you read?
The area of a parallelogram is 160 centimeters squared and its base is 20 centimeters. Find its height of the parallelogram.
Okay. Okay, members, I'm giving you only 2 minutes because we are supposed to leave the class. Only 2 minutes. If you are ready, you put up your hands. But now all your hands are up. Once you have finished, remember, if you put up your hand, I will assume that you have already finished. Okay, I'm almost I will assume that you have already finished. Okay. So have you finished now? Very good. Let's go to Pavan. Yes, Pavan, can you come on and tell us the answer you have got, Pavan? Pavan, yes?
The area of the parallelogram is 160 centimeters squared and its base is 20 centimeters. Find the height of the parallelogram. Area equals 160 centimeters squared. Area equals base times height. Equals base.
Okay, now my friend here, the area is 160 centimeters squared. So you can put your area as 160. Okay, because they have given the area already. So you can replace the word area with the figure which they have given. Are you getting? Okay, then if you go on the other side, you find the base is given as what? What is the base?
The base is
20 centimeters. Times the height is not there, you maintain it as h. Are you seeing?
Yes.
When you go ahead, you still have your 160 as the area, 160 as the area, then 20 times height, what do you get?
20h.
20h. Now, if you have 20h equals to 160, what do you do?
Equals 160 and you divide both sides by 20.
You divide here 160, you divide it by 20 like this. Then also this side is 20h. You also divide it by 20. Okay. Now here is 20 divided by 20. There you will get 1, isn't it? So how am I going to divide this side? So on this side, what we are going to do, we are going to cancel first this 0 and this one. We divided it by 10. So you have now 16 out of 2. Then you say, 2 divided by 2, what do you get?
1.
1. And then 16 divided by 2, what do you get?
8.
8. Very good. Now there, you have 8. You have 8 centimeter is equals to h. But since you are supposed to come back and say h is equals to, height is equals to 8 centimeters. Very good. So members, this is how we go about with this question. Allow me to appreciate all of you.
Teacher.
That is now the problem where the teacher gets the problem. Okay, that kind of noise is where the teacher gets a problem. If the teacher has given you to try, you should be able to. Now, let me just conclude by saying this. Somebody asked me, how do I get the Google Classroom code? This is the Google Classroom code for primary 6 members. This one here is your Google Classroom code. Can you copy it? Cairo, you were the one who asked. Cairo? Cairo, have you seen the Google Classroom code? Is not there. Cairo, are you there? Is not there. So this is our code, members. The Google Classroom code, where you are going to find the assignment and the notes. Kelly, this is the Google Classroom code. Kelly? Okay. So thank you, members. Thank you, members. Thank you, members. Thank you so much for attending the lesson. This lesson was made possible with funding from Edify Uganda. It is funded by Edify, organized by Christian School Owners Association Uganda, and then implemented by ETAO, the ICT Teachers Association. Otherwise, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you, members, and have a good